Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys in kind of a catch-up video. Nor did I think we expected this to be the first episode review of Rising the Shield Heroes Season 3, but
I'll say.
5 weeks later after Season 3 came out, well, we're finally talking about it, and hopefully, but the fact that Fridays are basically my off days, and, you know, obviously we can obviously review it. Now, this video is going to go up Saturday morning, but obviously, again, like I said, I've said it across the many other videos, but I know I've been slacking. Work has kind of been getting in the way, so when I get back from work, obviously you're pretty tired and you don't want to stay up too late to try to record videos. But maybe I have to time manage myself better, or at least maybe have a day where I'm watching everything I need to watch, just bulk record and get them out as fast as I can. But yes, Goblin Slayer will be out. I missed 3 episodes of Goblin Slayer. I'll talk about all those episodes. One Piece, already did that. Got to do Spy X Family. Yes, we know. We miss a lot. Shield Hero, otherwise, shockingly enough, has been really damn good.
Yeah.
I think we can say, even though nobody on YouTube really has talked about it much, but I think we can all say it seems like Shield Hero fans appreciate the start to this season as opposed to the start of season 2.
Indeed. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Season 2 is okay. I just wish they handled it better.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're wondering, okay, how are you going to cover all these damn episodes in our Zoom 40-minute time limit? Well, I guess we're going to kind of skim through the first 4 episodes and just kind of talk about the main points of those episodes and where those storylines could be going. But yes. And then we're going to obviously talk about episode 5 that aired today, that the cliffhanger, man. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But the heroes being what you would know, or what we would call dumbasses.
Yeah, well. Motoyasu is one thing, but Ren?
Speaking of Motoyasu, let's get this out the way. Yes, Motoyasu seems like he is a philo simp, and he likes lollies, and I don't think that's cool, and I think it's weird.
I think he's just desperate at this point. After his party broke off.
I need to see him in today's episode yelling out philo taunt, and then he finds a goddamn feather, and his eyeballs turn into hearts and shit like that. And then Philo's getting a chill down her spine.
Yeah, she can sense this thing now.
I do not need to see a Motoyasu X Philo thing. Please no. Please no. For the sake of that bird girl.
We must protect her.
My sanity. Please don't let that happen. And I feel like this is going to be an ongoing gag. But with all due respect, it's kind of weird. It's kind of gross. It's a grown-ass man kind of simping over a girl that's little. It's basically the essence of a child, essentially. She still has child tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Now, maybe in the dub, it's probably hilarious shit, but it just comes off really weird. But sadly, I feel like this is going to be a trope with the Motoyasu character going forward.
Yeah, apparently that's going to be from now on.
So yes, anyways, season 3 kind of kicked off with the aspect about this whole slave stuff and the fact that seemingly enough, there's like this whole thing in terms of people buying slaves, and most of the slaves going up for sale in these auctions and things like that. It's kind of actually like pretty dark with where they were taking it and everything. Shit, we even where we had these fake ass slaves in these freaking cages. They're like, "Oh, you're the Shield Hero, please take me." And then Rob Telly is like, "They're fake."
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, it's pretty. It was pretty crazy. And then when you saw the whole thing with Alta and Full, at first it was really emotional with where that story was going. And when Nafumi ended up freeing them, you know, and healing them, or healing Alta, it just warmed my heart. Really did.
Yeah.
Now, also, I will say this. The opening for season 3, flames. Flames.
His flames, and the animation is wow. It really wow.
I know when this was like off screen at the time when the first episode came out, but I remember bringing it up to my friend here. The animation looks slightly different than it looks like the past 2 seasons. It looks a little bit more fluid. It looks a little bit more. The characters look a little bit more thinner in terms of the way they're designed.
Yeah, and I did mention at first that it might take me a little getting used to, but it didn't take me long to get used to at all. Actually, I just got into it like, wow, that looks amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if they switched any I don't know if they switched studios or whoever's handling the animation.
That's most likely.
Hey, I like it. It looks good. You know, I honestly, I'll take it. So yes. Anyways, because all these slave things going on, and Naofumi obviously wants to free the slaves because most of those slaves are demi-humans. Because we know he has obviously his little town with the other demi-humans, little kid demi-humans and everything. He wants to basically find ways to raise money, and when he finds out like, oh, this is a lot more money to buy these slaves than I thought it was. So basically the one slave trader was like, oh, well, I can redirect you to another one who basically is his cousin or his nephew. And I'm like, oh, we're going for a Nurse Joy, Officer Jenny treatment here in Shield Hero, huh? If we go to any other cities, all the slave traders are going to look exactly the goddamn same.
I guess that's what they're going for, yeah.
I'll say this. The one in the city they went to, the nephew, he felt a little bit more sinister than the one we've been, talking with this entire series so far.
They feel the same. They feel the same to me. I don't know.
He seemed a little bit more sinister to me. I'm not saying like he's gonna be a future bag or anything, but he was just kind of like, well, what are you gonna do, Shield Hero? At least the other guy's like, oh, my favorite customer.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want? The other guy was like, pay up.
Yep.
Anyways, they had to participate in this tournament to get the money. So now when they first look and everything, that's when you see Full fighting the one rich kid, and you kind of see how he was in a way throwing matches like, we'll pay you this amount of money if you throw this match for me to make me look tough. Even though we knew Full could probably have kicked that royal kid's ass.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know,
now for me can actually see
yeah,
that it was being like, yeah, it was being set up and stuff.
Yeah, and he was getting this money to get medicine to try to heal Alta, but the thing was it wasn't working because we end up finding out she basically had some weird curse placed on her. How that curse was placed on her at first, who knows? Maybe that has ties to, because in episode 5 we cut back to the king and Queen Melremark, and they talk about how Alta looks oddly similar to somebody that apparently they must know from the past. Whether that was her father or her mother or maybe some other family member, who knows?
Speaking of which, this season is where we found out the king is actually the staff hero.
Yes.
I was like, huh? This guy?
Yeah, this guy who was an absolute dick in the first season, excuse my language, but he was, and he treated Naofumi like shit.
Because of multi / bitch.
We'll talk about her in a quick second. Now, going back to the tournament grounds, the one thing I think that caught everybody's eye was when Saldina first appeared on the screen. And when I first saw her before they started showing the full fight, I was like, hello? Who are you? Listen, I'm all for simping for hot anime girls. But oh my god. By far, I don't give a shit. She's my favorite female character in Shield Hero. The design, perfect.
That didn't take very long for you.
The character, perfect.
And that's perfect. You have a demi-human waifu, and I have a demi-human waifu.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Here's the thing though. She needs to stay in her human form. Do not go back to that dolphin form. It's cool to find out that no, it's not a dolphin, it's an orca, right? A killer whale.
She's gonna have to go back in depth to that form sometime.
Well, when she's in the water.
Mm. There's gonna be a bigger reason why she goes into that form, but okay.
Anyways, she can transform into a killer whale. Now, at first, she kind of is played up like somebody. I'm like, okay, she might be like this person that, maybe can help Nafumi along the way. I'm thinking, damn it, she looks so damn good, and she's probably gonna be relegated to like that typical one character, one season thing where they'll help Nafumi out for like one season and then they'll go their way. But then when they end up fighting, because in the build-up, it's kind of her and Nafumi getting to know each other better. And in some weird way, she starts to hit on him. But then she also is like, hey, just warning you, hopefully we don't have to fight against each other because I don't want to make it so hard for you. Only find out they end up having to fight each other because Nafumi and his party in this tournament, they're trying to play it off as if they're obviously like weak asses. But eventually, because they keep racking up W's, teams are like, whoa, we don't want none of that action. And they also have like this like spell or this magic like type of like bordering to make it look to the audience that they're getting their asses whooped, but they somehow come from behind and win, and it's a lot tougher. And then I loved how they played off like, hey, act like you're freaking tired or something like that, even though it was no issue right then and there. But they end up fighting Celdina. During the fight, Raphtalia kind of was like, wait a second. Eventually, by the time she turns into a killer whale, or transforms into her demi-human form, that's when Raphtalia completely knows her and everything. And then the secret's out. They knew each other from their past. Definitely seems like Celdina's older than Raphtalia, and in a way somewhat mentored her.
At one point.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing there. That ends up leading to a scene where they have to team up to take down Fred, what was the girl's name today? What the one that's kind of been glitching with the way she talks?
I'll be honest, her voice has been like glitching out so much that I barely catch her name. I could barely catch her name.
Oh, Sign. Yeah. She's like this like killer Joker character. They do it, but basically they just get by in terms of defeating her, and she basically tells him like, you better get it together, otherwise I'm gonna have to kill you. So that was weird. Also, too, we find out that after the events in season 2 of Kyo, for some odd reason, Philo, Raphtalia, and Nafumi, their stats have taken a hit because of this curse that he inflicted upon them. What this is, how they get rid of it, I don't know. What we saw in like, I think either last week or this week, Raphtalia ended up getting powered up due to Sign. Yes, it was this week at this episode 5. And those things went
actually what happened was when those two guys that came and suddenly attacked them, which apparently they're from another world.
Yeah.
And this one guy like used some kind of buff erasure spell, which not only erased her buff, but also erased her curse. So there you go.
That's why I have a co-host.
Yes, that's from what I can tell. I'm not sure if I'm wording it right, but that's basically putting it simply.
Yeah. So that's kind of basically the last we see of them. Basically, Nafumi heals Alta from her curse. And seemingly enough, she has to take more of this medicine to completely heal herself. And we see throughout the 4 episodes, the more she takes it, the more progress she makes. At first, she couldn't really do much of anything. She was just bedridden, and only could stay in her wheelchair. But then she started to walk more. And then, like, we even see in today's episode, like, she can walk as easy as we can walk, I guess you can say.
Yeah, to the point she can just To the point she can just push around her brother.
Yes. I do like the dynamic between Fold and Alta. I think it's very adorable. A very cute brother-sister relationship right then and there, because it was a brother legitimately trying to save his sister's life from dying. And, you know, this shit touched my heart when she was just, like, all bandaged up and everything. And then the more she gets treated to by Nafumi, you know, obviously you get the ongoing gag. Obviously, we know the gag between Nafumi, Philo, and Raptalia. Nafumi views them as his daughters, but in kind of a way, Raptalia, yeah, even though she was a little demi-human, it's like, I don't see you guys as like, I don't see Nafumi as the father to Raptalia. I see them kind of as like a father and a mother.
Raptalia seems like a full-grown woman now.
Yeah, especially the fact they have a bunch of demi-human kids. Like, they feel like father and mother together, raising the kids up. Now, the Alta Nafumi dynamic, now that's what I view a father-daughter type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And we see, like, even in the later episodes, how Alta, and especially in the opening, it seems like there's gonna be some part where Alta's gonna probably be there for Nafumi or something like that, alongside Raptalia. Mm-hmm. You know, because hey, listen, these anime openings, you just see shit and you're like, okay, something's gonna probably happen in the season where these two characters probably have to pick up Nafumi, and everything. So maybe we're gonna have, as much as we probably don't want to say it, the daughter's picking up the father. Or AKA, it should be this: the daughter and the wife picking up the father and the husband.
Well, comments, what do you have to say about that?
Come on, am I wrong? You look at the scenes when they're overlooking the freaking kids, like, especially today.
I honestly didn't think much about that. I'll be honest, but I try not to think about it too much.
I don't give a shit. Nafumi needs to stop being a damn dense idiot. Now he's being a damn dense idiot to Raptalia's feelings, like as stupid as the damn heroes are, just straight up.
Let's talk about the heroes now, actually.
Let's get this shit off the way. So, there was a part in the opening I was very interested. I was like, wait a second. You have it to where, like, Malty is all over freaking the other heroes one by one, and she gives an evil, weird look. I'm like, oh, she's back to some bullshit, isn't she? Now, in the first episode, Queen Melremark brings up the fact that Malty has been, like, seen on the outskirts of the city, you know, and everything, and they don't know about her whereabouts. So, well, we find out what she was somewhat doing. Now, after the Spirit Tortoise incidents, which I thought was a funny flashback, see, Motoyasu, he's trying to get his freaking old party members back, but it seems like all his old party members just upped and dipped him, because during the fight with the Spirit Tortoise, he was just attacking the Spirit Tortoise. It wasn't working, and clearly, they all look at each other and like, this dumbass over here. All right, yeah, we're getting out of here. The blondie was kind of absolutely done. Like, he tries to beg on her. Motoyasu's begging on her. He's like, hey, please come back. He's running a coffee shop, and she's like, get the fuck out of my store, please. Yeah. I have nothing to do with you.
He even said, why don't you move like I don't know, do something with your life, like the shield hero.
Yes, so they pretty much are acknowledging the fact that, okay, this fool is an idiot. At least the shield hero actually gets shit done, and he gets shit for it.
Well, take that, Motoyasu.
So, what ends up happening is that we see. So the thing is, Nafumi's going through and trying to find the other heroes, because at the start of the season, we also find out for some odd reason they're all gone and they're all missing too. And I'm like, oh my god, enough of these guys! I'm like, shit! Can the Filolio Queen just kill those three and leave Nafumi? At least he's actually trying to do his effort and trying to be friends with them. But they just don't want nothing to do with him, and they're too damn cocky and egotistical for their own damn good.
Mm-hmm.
So, they try to convince Motoyasu. Motoyasu's kind of down in the dumps until he just watches a freaking dancing Philo, and then he just becomes absolutely infatuated to the point like, okay.
Oh, something happens before that, but yeah.
Yes, we'll get to that. But, it seems like Motoyasu might be cool, but then we see at the end of episode 5, something is like attached to his spear that has like this dark like aura on it. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. We'll find out. Hopefully Matuyasu's not being in his dumbass mode again. Probably is.
Well, whatever it is, he's clashing with Ren, so
Yes. He's clashing with Ren. Also another funny comment is how when the next day after that incident, he freaking walks up to Nafumi and is like, "Father, let me take your daughter's hand in marriage." I'm like, what? And then he called freaking Raptalia a pig. She beats his ass for it.
raccoon pig, you said?
Yes. That was definitely a funny thing. Now, I will not repeat the words that were said on the Japanese broadcast, but it was basically a demeaning word, I guess, if you're Spanish like my friend here.
I know what that means. I don't. If you don't know what that means, well, don't teach it to your kids.
Please don't. Anyways, that's when we obviously going back. You have it where we see Malty, and she shows up. Ren's basically freaking begging for her to come back. Now, further back, I know I'm skipping some things. Nafumi finds Ren. What's the incident going on with Ren?
Well, apparently he's moping about his fallen comrades, and he's blaming them for being too weak because they all died.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, apparently it's all their fault and stuff. Like, okay.
Yes, and Nafumi basically tries to slap Ren some sense of reality and say, "Dude, you cannot look at this at a damn game anymore."
Well, and who walks in?
Malty walks in. You know, she kind of, I guess, in a weird way, tricks / seduces Ren to like say, "You can trust me, Ren." And I'm like, yes, we're gonna get the typical trope where dumbass character, second dumbass hero, is gonna believe a lying, conniving, you know what? Even though, yes, Malty, to her defense, is very attractive and very hot, but at the end of the day, you can't be listening to somebody that wronged Nafumi. But whatever. She basically brightens up his ego or raises his ego like, oh, he's the shit and everything. And she's just like, oh, I need a man like you and everything. And, you know, she lashes out at Nafumi. And then when Matsuyasu comes in, he's begging and she's like, just get away from me, you swine and everything. And, you know, she's telling Ren lies about Motoyasu and Nafumi and everything. And then, you know, Ren, his dumbass self, believes it. And he just teleports himself away.
Yeah. Yes, and after Nafumi like accused him of everything, like he accused him of facts. Let's be real. And yeah, that's when Ren like just basically lost it.
Yeah. So they went somewhere. We see Ren in this episode. He's got this weird black mask, thinking he's Zoro from that one movie. And then at the end of episode 5, what is it? He's clashing with Motoyasu, and Ren sees Nafumi and everything. He also looks like he has bag under his eyes, and he looks like I guess he's a part of this bandit group going on.
I can see why he would look like a bandit, but where's the group?
Well, they did also say the bandit's leader was somebody that basically is like a quick thinker, and he knows and can pick up on people's mistakes. And for somebody that views life as a game, well, it makes sense why he would be able to do all that stuff.
For someone who can pick up on other people's mistakes, he can really pick up on his own mistakes really well. So,
that's how we end the episode off for episode 5. But I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, Seldina, she ends up joining the party. I'm happy.
A little late in it, but yeah.
Again, I'm just happy that she's not gonna be relegated to a side. Well, she is a side character. She hasn't joined the main crew yet, but I'm guessing she's gonna be a character that joins the crew at some point. So that whatever. I'm just happy she's in the same town as Nafumi is, and I love just her flirtatious, seducing nature to the point. it's getting freaking Ralph Tully. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, like there was literally in one of the episodes, I think it was episode 3 or 4, she literally tells the little demi-human kids like, oh, the reason why we're gonna stay together forever is because I'm in love with Nafumi. She wraps herself around Nafumi, and then Ralph Tully had to break it up. She's like, Saldina, come on now. I'm like, oh, okay. Ralph Tully said needs to mark her own territory, saying that's her man right there. I can respect that.
Well, you hear it now, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron is down bad.
Yes, I am down bad. I am down bad. Send me to the freaking Shield Hero world. I'll be the Shield Hero, and Saldina will be my number 1 character.
I was about to say what weapon would you use?
I'll be the Shield Hero if it's to get Saldina. Hell yes.
Oh
Anyways, yeah, it seems like there's gonna be some sort of weird like rivalry dynamic between Saldina and Ralph Talia over the love of Nafumi. Maybe there's also gonna be a thing for Ralph Talia to where at some point Saldina's like, you better tell Nafumi how you feel about him, otherwise they'll just come and take him from you or whatever. So
she's pulling a Miette versus Serena vibe from Pokemon.
That I also view this as kind of like, well, actually, somewhat similar to like quintessential quintuplets. Whatever. You know, it's kind of your typical thing. It's your typical romance angle where you're probably 2 characters fighting over the main male character. And it's kind of this thing where it's like, well, if you don't tell him first, then I'll tell him my feelings. And if he falls for me, well, oh, right, that's your loss. So, yeah, well, we already know now for me, he seemingly enough is not... He's not down with Saldina's advances on him. Like, that's the second time she's wrapped his arms around him, and he's like, "Get the hell off me, please." So yeah, it's like hell. Even when she first like comes in or whatever, or, like comes to the village, like Raptalia like questions freaking Navumi. He's like, "Wait, you got to drink with her?" And he's like, "No, I did not drink with her constantly. I just had 1 sip. That's it." So. Maybe Raptalia knows what Saldina does to men she might be into. Maybe. But then again, she was very oblivious to SEX until Oast had to tell her that from last season. So, that's kind of the thing. This could be good for Raptalia. It could give her the confidence to be able to finally tell her feelings to Nafumi, saying, don't view me as a daughter, view me as a woman.
Someday.
A demi-human woman that's in love with you.
Someday.
Look, like I said, I ship it. It makes sense in the grand scheme of things because now Raptalia, or Nafumi's been there for Raptalia when she's needed him to be there for her, and she's been there for him at his darkest moments in the first 2 seasons.
Definitely.
So, again, like I said, it makes sense. And even again, when they look over the other demi-human children, you know, they're always together looking down at that, like, okay, it's like as if they're raising this village together, as if they're like husband and wife, or father and mother watching over the kids and everything. So, listen, the references, the vibes, the feelings, they're there. The question is, if we do get a full adaptation of Shield Hero, will we finally see them hook up? I feel like that won't be something until it's like end of the story for Shield Hero, personally, probably. When Nafumi ends up eventually getting over this whole, okay, I view you as more than just, or I view you not as a daughter, I view you as Raptalia, the girl that I fell in love with. So that's kind of thing. Episode 5. Episode 5 was pretty interesting. I really did like it. It started off very hectic. They get jumped by these bad guys that obviously due to their skill weaknesses or their curses that are in place that makes them weaker. They have some trouble with these guys. But then obviously, you know, Sign shows up, assists, helps them out. Raptalia seemingly enough looks like I guess she's back to normal. So that's good. And then, you know, it was a funny moment when eventually Nafumi first sent her away in a few episodes ago, and she kept looking back at them like, you'll let me in now? You let me in now? And then she kept looking back. And Nafumi's just like, get the hell out of here, please.
Wow, Cameron, your review is all over the place today.
I know, I know. This is what we're talking about. I'm talking about all 5 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, wow. You're like a you're here. No, you're right here. You're right here.
Yeah. Sign ends up helping them out. She ends up going back with them. Now for me is okay with this. And hey, it seems like, what's the thing we find out where she's from?
She's from another world that got destroyed by those very people that attacked them.
Yes. And obviously you could tell she's very lonely. She's definitely going to be somebody. I don't know if she's going to be a main party member going forward, because especially the fact that she is a vassal hero. But at this point, it's another character added to Nafumi's harem.
And one thing we noticed that the way she talks is a little glitchy.
Yeah, maybe that has something to do with her world being destroyed or something.
Maybe she can't really stay in that world for very long. Yeah, maybe she's reaching her final moments.
Potentially could be.
I feel like it's gonna be really emotional if that does happen.
Yeah, and then another reason why Nafumi is trying to get the help of the other vassal heroes, is because this one monster is coming that could potentially be like very destructive of his power. I forgot what it's called. I think the Phoenix or whatever or something. I've been saying. But they got to get ready for the next thing. Anyways, that kind of happens right then and there. They bring her back. You have it to where Keel and some other demi-humans that were with the other beauty. I forget her name. Sinclair, was it?
Yes.
Why do I keep her? She's a great looking girl too. Sinclair, I also simp for her.
I already claimed her.
You already claimed her?
Yes, I already claimed her.
What? When did? Whatever. Anyways.
Too, man.
Anyways, Sinclair took them out to train. They got stronger. They ended up getting their levels, broke and limited, so they can all get stronger. I love how Nafumi is like, hey, if you want to take your life this direction or this with your power up with this direction, do that. So some people wanted, like this one little demi-human girl wanted to cook. What is it? You had it to where Keel, he's like, I want to be stronger and train. We had it to where like one of the mole people, or mole demi-humans, he knew the blacksmith this entire time they've been talking to him, and so he's basically his apprentice. I thought that was pretty damn cool. And also they're teasing the blacksmith ending up moving over to Nafumi's village as well, which, listen, the blacksmith and Nafumi have been boys. I'm down for that.
Homie.
Sometimes you just got your boys. It's funny because every time he walks in, he's like, Nafumi, what is it this time? So that's all well and good. So they get back. They also hear about these bandits and everything about going on, and then they also look over Alta and Full. Seems like they're definitely progressing, because it was told like White Tiger clans people, they can grow a whole lot. So, and Alta's making a very vast growth, and she looks like she's 100% better. The only thing is, it's obviously her eyes. So you have to wonder if they're gonna have that moment where she's gonna eventually open up her eyes eventually.
I have a feeling that they're gonna stay closed, but she's gonna be able to like sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She clearly has a good sense for things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she clearly looked at her brother with these.
Yeah. The king seems like he's turned into a complete good guy the moment he freaking ran into Alta and he heard her name. They make a reference to the fact that, okay, she's Sada. So it must have to be something in their past when he was a hero at the time, when him and the queen were traveling.
My theory is that he knew their mother.
Probably. So, maybe this will actually make him be fine with the shield hero with Nafumi once, and he'll probably just be like, just take good care of her or something like that. That's all I ask you to do, shield hero. I may hate you though, but just do that, please. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. Again, Alta, I thought it was cool because when Naofumi's like, "Hey Alta, you want to go on a hunting thing?" and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure. I always wanted to go hunting with you, Naofumi." I'm sorry, but again, I view that as a legitimately like father-daughter type of thing right there. I really do. It's very adorable. She's a very adorable character. And Full is like, but I have to protect. Obviously, Full's being the protective brother he can be. He's trying to protect her because he feels like, oh, you know, he's got to look after his sister. I think it's adorable. But I feel like we're gonna get a moment where she ends up saving him at his time of need. And that's when maybe Full will be like, okay, I know you can, I can trust you can handle yourself. I think Full's in this mindset because she was sick all this point that he's got to be the one to take care of her and be able to watch over her. And I think at some point we're gonna have a part in the season where Alta will save Full, and that's when Full will realize, okay, my sister can take care of herself. So yes. Again, episode ends off with Naofumi running into Motoyasu and Ren. They're clashing. Ren, we also saw him earlier in episode 5 stealing something. I don't know what. Whatever. I don't know. And then we still don't know what their bow hero's doing.
Yeah, what is up with the bow hero? And well, considering I don't see Multi around Ren right now, she probably went on her way to the bow hero doing the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's very interesting. Maybe some third party is also playing an influence in this situation too. They also have teased that as well throughout this third season. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. But solid episode, solid 5 episodes of Shield Hero. I've not been disappointed one bit. And I did see like another person's like, I didn't watch the video yet, but I saw another person's thumbnail. He did say it's kind of a shame that people have yet to haven't really been talking about Shield Hero. And again, I think it has something to do with season 2 and how people viewed it at the time. They just didn't like it, and for whatever reason. Again, I have the same sentiments as my co-host. Shield Hero season 2 was it wasn't the best, but it was all right for what it was. You know, it wasn't that bad, and I thought the back of the season did pick up compared to the first half of the season. But that's kind of the thing right then and there. But anyways, that's basically it. So yeah, any other final thoughts before we get out of here because we're running out of time?
Yeah, that's it. And I hope we'll have enough time to review other animes also, because good lord, we're behind. Yep. Good lord.
Yep. Well, if there's any other things that we need to talk about or we feel like we need to talk about, like say maybe Kingdom of Ruin. Oh shit. I feel like we could talk about Kingdom of Ruin.
I feel like we can.
So. All right. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts of Shield Hero Season 3, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Cam for 15 content on my co-host channel content with whatever's left of it, I guess.
Don't bring it up, man. Oh my goodness.
We're going to get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys. Peace.